My name is Bridget. I am a college student. I work at a print shop and I also serve as a dream teamer in the neighborhood coffee here at church.
Awesome. So we've been going over, we're part of the generosity initiative called Renovation. Would you mind sharing your story about what it was like before we started the renovation series?
So I attended church on and off one Sunday, and then the rest of the month I didn't, and then I came back. And when renovation first launched, I didn't like the concept of giving when I was so short on money. So my husband and I decided not to come anymore while the renovation sermons were still ongoing. And we just decided not to do that. We came back just like after everything ended. Before I got off my car, I was looking at my bank account and I had less than $1 and I didn't have a full tank. I couldn't afford driving somewhere else. And our economic situation was so bad that I remember that our dog, that back then was a puppy, I would cry and tell her, I am so sorry that I cannot feed you. And I would give her treats sparingly throughout the week so I could feed her. So that day, we went to a service, we sang the songs, we heard the tithe preach, and I felt this really big, strong conviction of go, give. And I felt so scared. I felt annoyed, mad. I didn't understand why. And I was saying to myself, why if I don't have anything? I looked at my purse and I didn't have much. I couldn't even fill a quarter of a tank in my car. I didn't know how I was gonna get back home. But I felt like this voice just telling me, do it, give it, give it. I was like, okay, let me go and give it. So I went and I gave it, and then everything passed. We came out of church and I got into my car and I waited for her to leave first because I was so ashamed that I just didn't have a job. I didn't have anything. And just like when you go to like in your house, when you go to a fridge and you see if there's anything, and then you go back to your room and then you go back to a fridge to check and there's like the same things, but you just do that. I did that with my bank account again. So I opened it just because, like, oh, let me see like what I have there. And I had enough to fill the tank of my car. And I had quit my job 3-4 months ago, and that money was from that job, but like, there's just no way that money could be there. No, there's no explanation. There's no, like, I have contact with nobody from that job, and I had that money there. So that gave me the opportunity to go and fill the tank. So I attended the second, I think it was the anniversary that we just recently had sermons on, and now I was excited. I was so happy. My husband and I now made the commitment to tithe. I think besides the whole renovation mission and vision, which is great, Pastor Chris said that generosity is not because the church needs my money or God needs my money. It's because I need to realize that generosity is going to change my heart, my spirit, and it's going to make me feel and be closer to Jesus. So in this renovation, even though we give a little bit less from our 10%, we give with a joyful heart. And whenever we feel ready, I guess we're gonna give more. But now every time we talk about renovation, all I can think is how the lives of many people are gonna be changed when they start doing that generosity act with the body of Christ, within the body of Christ.